2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's time to find out who will win the Ace Championship. It looks like a great day out there. I'm Andrew Catalan, joined by Rich Beem and Luke Elvey. Henny Koyak is walking with the feature group. John McCarthy on the course as well. Rich, it's a huge day for our featured player. This is their first taste of the PGA Tour. Think back to your first time on tour. What were you thinking on the first tee?
I was trying not to think about anything because every fiber in my body was racing 1,000 miles per hour. It was overwhelming. It was exciting. It was nerves. It was, I think, every emotion that you can possibly have going through your body at one moment in time was there. But at the end of the day, you're here. You're playing on the PGA Tour. There's nothing better.
Really well played shot, and par is there for the taking. Tap in birdies. What a beautiful sight. Here's a look at the leaderboard, and he is tied for the lead. Here's a look at the par 5 second.
Yeah, you miss those bunkers on the right-hand side and put yourself in good position down the fairway. Now you got a decision to make. Do I go for it or do I bail out to the left-hand side and give myself a really good opportunity to get it up and down? This green can be really difficult to find. It's got a lot of undulation to it and a lot of water. However, you get the second shot right, and all of a sudden that third shot becomes a lot easier, and birdies are easy to come by.
This shot from approximately 180 yards.
Clubbing up, smart. Got to control it though. Let's see.
This is a tricky putt. Okay, Henny, give us a read here.
Yeah, it's really tough to see, but it's going to be straight and then just switch left.
Come on, ball. Don't deny him.
Yes, gets the long putt to drop. Okay, moving on to the next, but before we do, let's look at the updated leaderboard, and now a solo leader. Teeing off here on the third.
It doesn't have a lot of length to it, but it's also a green that's not super deep. You do have the bunker in the front, but anytime you miss it long and or left, you got a really difficult pitch shot as that green tilts from back to front. But still, it's a pretty straightforward par 3. Not too much danger to it.
This is a long way away. Here we go on a good line. A putt that's getting better. And it drops in. He is now at 4 under par for the event. Here's a look at the tee of the par 4 fourth.
Par 4 measuring 298 yards. Will the players give it a go or not? Let's find out.
Looks like this one might be in the bunker.
Now from the greenside bunker.
That away, come on.
A tap in left for birdie. Let's take a look at how things stand. Our featured player is ahead by 4.
The 5th at TPC Boston, the most important shot, probably the first one.
Yes, you have to find the fairway here, and it's sometimes not driver. There is a run out on the fairway, but from there, you got a pretty easy, straightforward second shot to a long, narrow green. Just that one deep bunker on the left-hand side that could cause some issues.
Well, here's an unlikely player. A little bit of an underdog, you say?
Yes, but everybody on the PGA Tour can play. He's just an unknown quantity at the moment. I'm excited to watch.
Great ball striking. It's a thing of beauty.
Dare I say, Luke, this player has been in fuego with his approach shots. Another green in regulation.
Oh, what about this start?
Trying to make a statement early and often.
Our current leader enjoys a 5-shot advantage. The 6th hole at TPC Boston, not too dissimilar to 5. You've really got to position your tee-ball.
Yeah, bunkers on the right-hand side come into play with a 3-wood, water on the left with the driver. Second shot to a green that sits below you just a little bit. And that front left pin, ooh, that is a good one.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
Yeah, he's got roughly 110 to the pin here.
He'll be disappointed by that. That one finds the water. Oh, I thought that one was going in. And this next putt, it's for bogey. And that'll ensure he remains in first place.
We've made our way to a par 5.
This is a big hitter's delight right here. They can take those bunkers down the left out of play, and they can carry these fairway bunkers easily. And from here, it actually chases forward from the fairway downhill a little bit to a long, narrow green. Again, for the big hitters, this is easily reachable. For the shorter hitters, you got to have a plan.
Henny, what more can you tell us?
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
This could be massive, an eagle putt. Well, now still a lot of work to be done. He gets that one to drop. That's his 5th birdie of the day. Over to number 8. It's a par 3.
For a long par 3, you've got to figure out how to hit something high and soft to hold this green. For whatever reason, this green decides to repel golf balls instead of accept them in. I think it's made out of Gore-Tex because there is nothing soft about this green. This is one of the most difficult ones on the golf course.
Well, a par would look really good on the scorecard right now. No change atop the leaderboard. Our featured player still out in front. We're at the 9th. It's a par 4.
This is a really good driving hole. Only the longest in the game are to carry the bunkers down the left-hand side. Hit it out to the right-hand side. You leave yourself a little bit longer second shot than maybe you'd like, but this is a very inviting green. This is a really good birdie opportunity to finish off the front 9.
Okay, John, what do you see with this putt?
It's going to go uphill and to the left. Let's see what happens.
That putt goes in. Time to make a move. We start the back 9 here at the 10th hole.
The driver not necessary. See a lot of players taking long iron, maybe even a fairway metal. Second shot goes to a green that runs from front right to back left. Back left is the most difficult of all the pin positions on this par 4.
That's a great position to be in after that approach. The putt goes in, and the lead continues to grow.
Now on the tee after a birdie. Fired up and ready for more.
The good thing about this hole is it's long in length, but it's got a massive green that doesn't have a lot of movement. What it does have is from left to right and a little bit from back to front. A generous green on a long par 3. Great design.
And this putt coming up for his par. And now -7 for the event. Some of the most noticeable improvements at TPC Boston in the redesign by Gil Hanse starts here at the par 4 12th.
This fairway does run out there at the very end, but only for the longest hitters in the game. Second shot downhill to a greens protected by a bunker, front right, but a runoff area also on the left-hand side of the green.
Well, Rich, I'm being honest, this lie is putrid. That's well executed. This one's heading towards the green. Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Oh, asking for a big break on this one. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. Okay, he's holding steady on the leaderboard after that hole. The 13th's another par 4, but you're working back up the hill.
A blindish tee shot here for these players. You want to keep it down the left-hand side as best possible. That way it opens up the angle into the green, but you also get a better look at this green that is surrounded, jam-packed by 5 really deep bunkers.
That was wonderfully done. This putt right on 12 feet to the hole.
This is for birdie.
John, have you got a read on this one?
It looks like this one will move left to right.
That's a disappointing par in the end after such a terrific shot in. Our leader is up by a whopping 6 shots now. The 14th hole at TPC Boston. Rich, your eyes would be lighting up on the tee here.
Nothing out there except for fairway, fairway, and more fairway. Tee it high, let it fly, because this hole is long. Second shot will play about a half a club downhill to a green that chases away from you ever so slightly. Be wary of that right hand pin position. That can be mean.
I don't mind the look of this. This one could make it all the way to the hole. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Leading by 6 strokes after that one.
Let's check out the 15th. It's a par 4.
Got some bunkering down the left-hand side that you got to avoid. Be mindful of that, so driver may not be the play off the tee. You find the fairway, you got just a short iron second shot to a green that's pretty receptive. You should be thinking birdie from the middle of the fairway.
What a shot right there.
What an approach. Great stuff. Gotta believe that is a guaranteed par.
We have a par 3 here.
You got water everywhere down the left-hand side, so your eyes are immediately drawn to it. You've got to divert them out to the right-hand side, but don't get clumsy, don't get lackadaisical, and don't miss the screen too far out to the right, because you're going to have a wicked hard chip.
Going with 8-iron here. 11 feet to the hole. Wow. This putt for double bogey. Our featured player still sits atop the leaderboard. Now to 17, a par 4.
Just take your tee shot, and if you want to, lay it up down the right-hand side. It's a pretty simple second shot. Big hitters might think about trying to take on the dogleg. No need, though. This green sits down below the second shot, down below the fairway, right in the middle of it. Right in the middle of it, they buried a snowman. The base of a snowman, a big lump right in the middle of it. It's a fantastic feature.
We've got this putt at 11 feet. Henny, how tricky is this one?
I've had a look from both sides. This is a right to lefter.
A short one left for par. Just an empty feeling when you hit an approach shot like that, Rich, but still come away with a par. Our featured player likes the way the leaderboard is shaking out, currently in first place. Okay, we've reached the final hole of the event. Let's see if he can get this done. this one just missed the fairway.
It's a green seeker.
Wow, our leader's got it going today. This would be an incredible way to close out the round with the clubhouse lead. And as he sinks that putt, he will take over the clubhouse lead, but will it be enough to hold on? And that will do it. The rest of the field has finished, and we can now confirm our featured player has won a fitting reward for a great week. That will do it for our broadcast day. For all of us at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan. We'll see you next time.
Hello.
How you doing, Mr. Dolphin?
Good.
What, were you looking for some new home insurance?
I wasn't looking for home insurance.
1209 Wilson Bend Road?
Yep, but I wasn't looking for home insurance.
The home insurance, life insurance?
Motorcycle, but I already got some. Bye.